Very good afternoon and thank you for joining us on Live at 1. I'm Michael Njenga. Members of Parliament and Senators resume sitting this afternoon after a long recess. We are now joined by our reporter Kendagor Obadia from Parliament Buildings for the latest updates. A very good afternoon, Kendagor. The August House reopens today. What are some of the key issues that are likely to come up this afternoon?
Good afternoon to you, Mike. Indeed, Parliament, the bicameral Parliament, that's both houses, the Senate and the National Assembly, are coming back for another session. They've been away for about, the National Assembly has been away on recess for about a month. The Senate has also been away for close to 1.5 months, but they've had sessions where they've been recalled to come and deliberate on matters. A case in point is the impeachment of Embu Governor Martin Wambora and the impeachment case of Paul CHEPKWONY, the governor for Kericho County. But then all these houses are coming back to start another session, very crucial session indeed. Number one, the budget will be read in the next few days. On the 12th of this month, by the way, we will be having a Cabinet Secretary for Treasury coming to read out budget. There will be a lot of deliberations on that. But there have been also issues that the House will be deliberating on, Mike.
Well, it comes at a point where Kericho Governor Charles CHEPKWONY, the 11-member committee, is this something that we expect to see coming up this afternoon?
That is the first agenda in the Senate. Remember, an impeachment is always scheduled as the first agenda on the order paper in case it is listed in any of the two houses, but of course this is the Senate, and the impeachment of Paul CHEPKWONY will be one of the first key issues that will be dealt with today. Remember, the committee had 10 days, the special committee of the Senate had 10 days to compile a report and present it to the House today, and having concluded hearings and investigations, they have prepared a report that has recommended certain measures to be taken against the governor and the county assembly of Embu, and that will be coming up when the House starts sittings at 2:30 this afternoon. Remember, it will be first of all tabling the report, and then there will be a brief debate from members contributing, and then finally they will take a vote, and it will be simple majority, either to adopt or reject the report. Now, I do not want to preempt what the report or what the special committee has prepared and what it has recommended against the governor, but there are indicators that CHEPKWONY could be saved from the axe, and certain measures be taken against him. He might be reprimanded, and but we are for sure, we know that some of his staff members will face the axe. That's just what I can say about it, but that report will be made clear when it is tabled today, debated, and then we'll know the fate of Governor CHEPKWONY. Mike?
Kendagor, before I let you go, the August House reopens even as President Uhuru Kenyatta is meeting with members of Parliament from the Jubilee Coalition. And one of the major issues that has come up is the impeachment of Devolution and National Planning Secretary, Cabinet Secretary Anne Waiguru. Do you see this coming up also at the floor of the House today?
Mike, I haven't seen that in the order, but perhaps it will just come in as one of crucial issues. But what we know is, along this session, there will be deliberations on whether she serves or not, and that is why the Jubilee has gone to strategize. Of course, we've had statements from senior government officials, including the Deputy President, trying to come to the defense of Anne Waiguru. And remember, the person who is also moving a motion of impeachment against her is a Jubilee member, that is Mefika Linturi, the member for Igembe South. He is bringing in that debate, and that being an in-house thing, the meeting today at State House will really look for ways and means of convincing the mover of the motion to withdraw that motion. So it's not clear whether he will be tabling notice of motion for impeachment, because that is the first stage. He has to table notice of motion that he has substantial evidence to impeach the CS. But that will it depends on whether the Jubilee management will be able to deal with that matter at that PG and avoid it being tabled. But then if it comes up,
yes.
Well, we don't know. It's still a very delicate matter, Mike.
Well, thank you very much, Kendagor. Indeed, we really do appreciate. We've been talking to Kendagor Obadiah from the Parliament buildings, where Parliament reopens today. Several things to be discussed, among them the impeachments that have been going on. Of course, Kendagor will be giving us a detailed coverage in our subsequent bulletins. You do not want to miss that. And staying at the August House, embattled Kericho Governor Paul CHEPKWONY will this afternoon know his fate when Senate convenes to deliberate over the report of the Select Committee on his impeachment. The 11-member committee chaired by Kisii Senator Chris Obure is expected to present the report this afternoon.
What will his fate be? Well, Kericho Governor Paul CHEPKWONY will not have to wait long for this answer. The 11-member committee, chaired by Kisii Senator Chris Obure, will table its report when Senate convenes this afternoon. The governor is facing charges of abuse of office, including failure to follow procedure in the procurement of goods and services. The county assembly claimed that the embattled governor irregularly signed documents with a UK-based company, Bluetex Group Limited, for the supply of 100 megawatts of solar power. The agreement had also committed to the county a 25-year lease agreement with the British firm.
Can you take us through so that you're able to show us that there was some problem with, that the governor was not served with, procedural fairness?
CHEPKWONY claimed that no money had been lost in the solar power transaction, prompting the county assembly lawyers to draw a comparison between the power project and the infamous Anglo leasing scandal.
Public Procurement and Disposal Act 2 of 2005, County Government Act 2012.
CHEPKWONY was ousted after 32 out of 47 members of the Kericho County Assembly voted in favor of the impeachment motion. 15 others opposed to the motion boycotted the debate. Now, this is a developing story, and we will keep updating you as it unfolds. For now, though, I'm Willis Raburu for Citizen at 1.
Well, thank you very much, Willis. President Uhuru Kenyatta is at this hour hosting members of parliament from the Jubilee coalition to deliberate on pertinent issues, among them the impending push to impeach devolution and National Planning Cabinet Secretary Anne Waiguru. The State House meeting has also been called for the coalition members to be briefed on the pending businesses in the House and the legislative agenda that the government considers a priority. Francis Gashuri has the details.
The Jubilee Coalition parliamentarians have converged at State House, Nairobi, for a meeting with President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto as the two chambers of parliament resume after a one-month break. But it is the push for the impeachment of devolution and National Planning Cabinet Secretary Anne Waiguru.
Our next nominee is Ms. Anne Waiguru.
That is expected to dominate. So far, 176 members of parliament have signed the petition supporting the Waiguru impeachment agenda that is being driven by Gembe South lawmaker Mithika Linturi. Linturi, in his motion, accuses Waiguru of, among others, intimidating the public servants in her jurisdiction, as well as engineering the transfer of Kiplimo Rugut from the National Youth Service NYS. And though Waiguru insists she played no role in Rugut's transfer, Linturi's motion is likely to dominate during the State House meeting.
We will discuss the issue of the impeachment of Madam Anne Waiguru, and I'm already in talking to terms with the move of that, the owner of that motion, the Honorable Linturi, member for Igembe North.
Linturi has since declared that he will not drop the motion, even with the intervention of the President and his deputy. The Jubilee Coalition Parliamentary Group meeting is also expected to deliberate on the pending legislative agenda and the government's priority business when the two chambers of parliament resume their sittings this afternoon. The reading of the 2014-2015 budget statement by National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich in 8 days will also be critical.
Among this bill, we have the Companies Act. The Companies Act, we have the Business Registration Act, we have the Insolvency Bill, we have the Mining Bill, we have the Water Bill, we have the budget and Appropriation Committee of Parliament.
The opposition team CORD has also given the government a 60-day ultimatum to convene a national dialogue conference to discuss the key issues such as the insecurity and the high cost of living. Though the president has welcomed the proposal, the opinion of the Jubilee Coalition's legislative wing is expected to be sought.
For us as Jubilee, we have from day one, we believe in engaging Kenyans on issues that are for the betterment of our country. So if CORD wants to join us in dealing with the issue of security, CORD and other stakeholders, we are very, very happy, and that is why we've started the Nyumba Kumi initiative. So CORD now will come and discuss with us how to implement Nyumba Kumi initiative.
Also expected to be addressed during the State House meeting this afternoon is the friction between the two main coalition affiliates, TNA and URP, amid concerns by the URP wing that their party was getting a raw deal in the sharing of planned government jobs. Francis Gashuri, Citizen Live, at 1.
Well, on a sad note, 7 people have died in separate road accidents across the country in the last 12 hours. 4 of them died at 6 o'clock this morning at the Salga Black Spot along the Nakuru-Eldoret Road. 3 others died last night at the Wote in Makueni County when the vehicle they were traveling in veered off the road and hit an electricity pole.
Barely 3 days since 3 people perished at this very spot. Another accident, this time involving a lorry and a private vehicle that was traveling from Eldoret to Nakuru. The 4 passengers in the vehicle died on the spot after the driver lost control of the vehicle, ramming into the oncoming lorry. The accident occurred at San Marco area near Salga Shopping Center.
Wakati imepita Teachers College, ika overtake, wakati ina overtake gari zingine ambayo zilikuwa mbele yake, ndio kapitana na lori ambayo ilikuwa inatoka Nakuru.
Ndio nilikuwa nateremka, personal nayo ika overtake magari 3, ikanikuta pande yangu. Nikajaribu kupotea kwenda kando, ikanikuta hapo kando, ndio ikanigonga upande wa Tani Boy tukiwa karibu na nje ya barabara. Ndio sasa nikaingia gari karandi kando, na sasa sikujua kingine chenye kiliendelea.
One of the occupants sustained injuries and was rushed to the Rift Valley General Hospital where he is undergoing treatment. This year alone, close to 20 people have died in road accidents at the Salga Black Spot, with National Transport and Safety Authority having deployed a patrol vehicle fitted with speed cameras along the Nakuru-Eldoret highway in effort to curb road carnage on this stretch of road. Meanwhile, another 3 people died last night and 4 others seriously injured in a road accident at Wote on their way to Makindu in Makueni County. According to the driver of the car, who is among the injured, the accident occurred after the car they were traveling in burst its tires and veered off the road, hitting an electricity pole at around 8 last night. Esther Kahumbi, Citizen Live at 1.
Well, CORD principals led by Raila Odinga have just held a press conference to explain the way forward on their push for national dialogue. We are now joined by our reporter Alex Kubasu for an update. A very good afternoon, Kubasu. CORD leaders have spoken and they're talking about the dialogue with the Jubilee government or with the government. What do you have for us?
Yes, indeed, Mike. We are here at Orange House in Kilimani. We are the CORD principals led by Raila Odinga, the former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, as well as the Moses Wetangula, who is the Senator of Bungoma,
yes,
have just stated that they are demanding for a structured national dialogue, and they are requesting also that the government should approach the dialogue in good faith, and that they should accept that there is a crisis in the country. Among the issues that they want discussed in the national dialogue include the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, which they have since called for its disbandment. They're also calling for a dialogue on the security situation in the country, as well as corruption that they say is on the runaway, mentioning the Anglo-leasing scandal. And on the Anglo-leasing, the principals are demanding that the money, the 1.4 billion shillings that has already been paid, to be returned back to Kenya,
Yes.
as well as that all the culpable public servants who are engaged or orchestrated the payment should be prosecuted, and that the remaining trash that is supposed to be paid, they're also claiming that they have the information that probably it has been paid, but without the knowledge of Kenyans. So those are among the issues that they want discussed. The others include the recent pronouncement of the restructuring of the provincial administration,
Yes.
that they have since refuted, and also that the government should take the claims that they want a national dialogue seriously. They mentioned that they would kickstart this on the 15th of June this month with the rally at the Tononoka grounds in Mombasa. Mike.
Well, Kubasu, apart from the dialogue that they want to have with the government, do they have a time frame? Are they saying that would like to sit and have would like to have a sitting with the government within this time frame?
Yes, the court principal Raila Odinga stated categorically that up until this point they have not received any formal invitation to the dialogue table, other than the pronouncement that the President Uhuru Kenyatta made during the Madaraka celebration. He said that he only said that he is ready for the national dialogue, but that they have not received any formal invitation for them to have that dialogue, and they are still waiting, and they say that they have already, or they were ready yesterday. So they say they are ready, they are only waiting for the green light from the government for them to form a team that would engage. They have already asked the government to provide its team that would engage their team that they are yet to appoint, so that they could kickstart the national dialogue process.
Well, thank you very much, Alex, for that update. Of course, Alex Kubasu will be giving us a detailed coverage in our subsequent bulletins, even as he tells us that the court coalition are saying that they want to have dialogue with the government on different issues that pertain to the country's security and many other things. Meanwhile, a new consumer electronics company has entered the local market. A Dubai-based firm, Xtouch, has ventured into the market with a view to grabbing a share of the low-end smartphone market, with phones retailing for as low as 6,000 shillings. According to Robert Liang, Xtouch Africa Managing Director, the firm will also introduce a smartwatch as part of its offering of smart devices to local consumers. Reddington Kenya Limited will be the official distributor of Xtouch products across the East African region. Liang has said the company is looking to grow its share of market in Uganda, Tanzania, and South Africa.
I think that's not ladies. You like to listen to music? You put M.
I'm going to give you exactly 1 minute. If anybody has...
Stand by. You slide from top down. You can take pictures.
T-shirt on. Just give them the card. They will place it out there. Please.
By all using those online applications, Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, people want to be collected 24 hours of a day. So we're thinking the market is mature, the demand is very strong from the markets. That is why we choose Kenya to launch. Besides that, we also launch in South Africa. We launch in some North Africa countries like Egypt, Libya, Algeria, and now we come to this eastern part of Africa. We believe Kenya could also be a good example for my upcoming country like Tanzania, Uganda, because this for East Africa, this is the trading hub, and the people know this is the best markets.
Let's now move on to county matters, and political leaders in Taita Taveta County faulted a report released last week by the National Taxpayers Association indicating that the county has the highest dropout rates in the region. Indeed, you're watching Live at 1. We take a short break. We'll be right back with more news, including business and sports. Stay with us.